Oh! Is that a fish? Feels good. Feels good. Oh, get him right in the net. Let's just get him right. Oh no, there you go. He took off. You guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm currently out at the mountain fishing farm, and today we're going fishing at 1 or 2 lakes, and we're gonna try and catch some trout. But first I gotta get you guys caught up on a few things out here at the farm. I'm actually down at the range right now and gotta show you guys something I found today. Right over here by the Nerd Trench, the range trench, I found what looks to be a mystery box that we need to open up together. That's right, it's time to make a couple of bullet lures before we head to the lake. I've also got some worms and a bobber rod. We're all geared up to catch us some juicy trout today. Take a look at the trench though. This thing here completely filled with water all the way to the top this winter, and then the soil kind of collapsed a bit. But while the trench was full of water, Brian and the boys were here. We had a little bit of fun with it. All right, but let's go ahead and see what's inside the old mystery box. Oh, look at that. Pretty. It's an old J.C. Higgins Model 88 22 revolver along with some antique 22 ammo. Look at this box right here of some Western 22. And look at the price. 99 cents for a box of 50 22s right there. And I also found like a little 22 shot shell. So we're gonna try these out. I asked you guys on Instagram a while back what caliber you guys want to see me try and catch some fish with, and 22 is what you guys wanted. So we're gonna do a challenge, a 22 build to catch video. I did bring a bobber rod and some worms along too, just in case the 22 doesn't catch us any trout. Now this little 22 vintage revolver and I actually go way back to the days back when I used to teach firearm safety classes, and I use this guy here to teach the basics of revolvers. So this thing has a ton of miles on it. It's all worn out. You can see the rear sight. It shifts around. Look at that. But I remember if we align the rear sight right there, I think this thing might actually still hit something. Now the real question is if this old ammo right here is still gonna work. This stuff here is probably about 50 or 60 years old, but look at that. The box is still in perfect shape. And the ammo inside is actually really, really good looking. It actually looks better than some of the new stuff out there. Look at those little guys right there. I think that'll make a perfect fishing lure. If you guys are still new to firearms and stuff, basically this is called a 22 LR or long rifle. It's what most people start out with. They don't have a lot of recoil. It's very inexpensive to buy this stuff right there, and it's not very loud. Now, even though this is just a little guy right there, we're still gonna follow all firearm safety. We're gonna wear eye and ear protection. We are down here at my private safe range, and of course, this little guy right here is extra YouTube compliant. So the way a revolver works is this right here is called the cylinder. That's where you put your ammo. So let's just go ahead and put 3 22s in there to start with. Ooh, a little tight. Now, when you pull the hammer back like that, it's going to rotate the cylinder this way. So we want to close it on this guy right up there. And that way, when we pull it back, the next round should be a 22. All right, let's see if this old ammo works. Ooh, smells good. Yeah, 50, 60-year-old 22 ammo still works just like a charm. We're gonna open the cylinder back up. These little guys here you can see are now fired, and boom, pop those guys out like that. Man, I'm really curious how that little 22 shot shell is gonna work out. All right, we got our steel targets. We've got bowling pins, but we're not gonna shoot those with the 22 because there's a chance it can kind of bounce back and hit us. And we definitely don't want that to happen. I've got some cans right there we can just fill with a little bit of water. All right, we're just loading that cylinder up all the way. There we go, completely filled. So let's see if we can hit anything. Oh yeah, no, perfect. Yeah, she's a tack driver. Oh yeah, the sight moved again a little bit. Yeah, I've got this little notch right there. Right, as long as it's on this notch, then it should hit what we're aiming at. All right, let's see what we were hitting. That was the first shot right there, not bad. Okay, a little off to the right, but still okay. Let's see if we can hit those cans right there. So we'll do it one-handed. Awesome, we'll save the last one for that shot. Tell you what, I'm almost out of this white paint right there. Wonder what would happen if we shoot that paint can right there. Oh, it sprayed back on me a little bit. Oh man, it was almost empty. definitely almost empty. Oh, it smells, oh, gnarly. It's just dripping all over me. All right, we got 2 more left. Why don't we just go ahead and shoot those guys back in the dirt there to make us a couple of bullet lures. That is it on this cylinder. That leaves us with only one more thing to do, and that's trout this little 22 shot shell right there. Now this stuff here is going to spread out quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure how much it's going to spread out of a revolver, but let's just go ahead and maybe from right here, that might be perfect. Oh, it didn't actually look like it spread that much at all, and it was really quiet. Here's the can. Oh, crazy. Oh man, look at that. So that's the front side of the can right there. You can see it just has a ton of little holes right there. And look at the back side. It looks like none of them, or very few of them, actually made it out. But they did hit the back side. That's crazy. Let's see if there's still a few in there. Oh yeah. Oh, look at those things. They're tiny. You can see them right there. Right there. That's the size of the BBs. Look how small those little things are. All right, let's go see if we got any bullet lures out of that. Right around here, I think is where, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. We got one. Got one right there, a beautiful, just a silver one. Let's see if there's any more. Oh, look at this one. This one was born with a white blade on it. Look at those little cuties. This just works every time. I cannot wait to try these bullet lures right there. I'm thinking it might make a really good lure just because it's so small. It's probably the smallest bullet lure that we could make. And in the last video, we caught the biggest trout with the smallest lure. So I'm thinking, why don't we go even smaller and see if maybe we can't catch an absolute monster today. Now, for the first time in the Mountain Farm history, the shop is actually not a mess. Look at all of the space in here. This shop is bigger than I thought once you clean it up. So I set this baby up for us yesterday. This is actually gonna be a dual purpose tank right here. One is the trout are gonna go in here very soon for the fish farm. I have mentioned before that I do already have fish for the fish farm that I overwintered in the garage. I've got catfish and bluegills. And I'm gonna do a whole update video on the fish farm and the pond very soon. But as you guys can see, I've been busy with a whole bunch of stuff that I can't exactly tell you guys yet. But besides that, there being the home for a bunch of hungry trout here very soon, it's also gonna serve a second purpose, and that is going to be testing out prototype bullet lures right here in the shop, just so I can make sure that they work properly. So we just got is our little 22, and we're just gonna test that real quick inside the pool to see if it properly works. I just wanna make sure that the blade spins really nice on this guy. Oh yeah, that guy's spinning good. Whoa, it's making a weird noise. What? Whoa, it's doing like a weird, like I can hear like a metal clanking sound. I think I can hear the spinner spinning underwater. What I think is happening is that the walls of the pool are like amplifying the sound of the spinner. I can actually hear the spinner spinning underwater. So those vibrations is exactly what a fish would sense when they are attracted to a lure. So that's really cool actually, that we can hear what a fish would feel underwater. I'm gonna have to do some more experimenting with that pool. That was really cool. We've got our bobber rod right here as well, and you're currently leaned up against some worms, some live red worms. I'm pretty sure that these guys are alive. Oh yeah, look at that little guy right there. Oh, he's excited to go fishing. Now I've had a craving for fish and chips, so I figured why not make trout fish and chips. So I brought a little bit of panko crumbs down here and some bread crumbs. And I figured why not just mix those guys real quick, and that'll be our fish batter. There we go. A little bit of breadcrumbs. Oh yeah, panko, man. I think this panko is like several years old, but I don't think panko like really, does it go bad? I don't think so. We'll do like a 50-50 ratio on those guys. And then we'll just pre-season our mix there with a little bit of black pepper. Oh yeah, close the lid on there. Pre-mix that a little bit, and that's just what we'll do is we'll get some pieces of trout and just toss those in there. At least it's working in my head. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. Now, I wouldn't be fish and chips if we didn't have chips. So we have a big old russet potato that we're gonna bring with us. And we're gonna fry this whole thing in some beef tallow that I made a while back. I heard that like fried food and beef tallow is apparently one of the best things ever. So we're gonna try it out. I've never done that before. Oh, and check this out. On this pallet right here, I've got some supplies that I'm gathering to take out to the desert compounds. It's been a few weeks now since we've been out there. I can't wait to see what's on the camera. This right here is a new tent that I got. It's an inflatable, like a military style inflatable tent that I can't wait to try out. We're gonna bring out this 55-gallon water drum right there. It's gonna be a lot easier to maneuver around the property right now before we have any roads on there. A little bit of clean drinking water, some other supplies. I wanted to be at the desert compound last week, but unfortunately we've just been having some crazy windstorms out here, so I've just been waiting for a weather window to get out to set up Camp 2.0, which is probably gonna happen this week because the weather's looking really nice this week, so that's probably gonna be the next episode. So I'm thinking we maybe just take a quick peek at the lake right behind the farm here. Last time I was up there, it was still frozen solid, but it has definitely started getting warmer out here. So maybe the lake is thawed. What I don't want is that it's still half frozen, because if it's still like kind of frozen in the center, I've just never had good luck fishing with frozen center and thawed shoreline. Look at this. Oh, I don't think there's any ice at all out there anymore. Little bit of snow on the other side still. Look at that, little bit of a white spot, but the lake is completely clear of ice. It's just whenever there's still some ice in the center, I feel like the fish might just be hiding under the ice or something. And of course, because the ice is sketchy, we can't get on the ice anymore. Otherwise we could just ice fish in it. But once the ice is gone, then it's almost like the fish just kind of spread out through the lake again. Huh, the water's a little bit murky. Oh, man, guys, I actually have a really good feeling about the lake here right now. I mean, the last time I fished this lake right here, there were 3 feet of ice on the lake, and it's just all gone. The water has definitely risen. The ice line was probably a couple of feet lower than it is right now. And it's because this creek right here is just absolutely raging. So I'm thinking this here might not be a bad spot to just set up for right now. Is right by the creek mouth. I think the first thing we're gonna do is just get some worms out there on the bobber rod. Look at that guy right there. That guy, he's excited to be on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get him on the hook. Now, the way I like to get these worms on a hook is I like to just slide them all the way up, just kind of hide that hook inside the worm. Slide them all the way so the hook is completely covered. And then let that hook come out right there. Slip the worm just over the eye of the hook. There we go. That's how I like to have it look right there. You can see that the tip of the hook is poking out, but the rest of the hook is hidden. All right, what I'm thinking we could do is just use that current from the creek to kind of drift our bobber out. Plus the trout like to hang out in that current, so we might get lucky right there. It'll be a very natural presentation, like a little worm is just flowing down in the creek and ending up inside the lake. There we go. We're in the creek right there. And we're just gonna let out some line. See that bobber right there? We're just gonna keep our eyes on the bobber. I'm just gonna let out some line and just let that bobber go wherever it wants to go. Oh man, the bobber just kind of drifted out of that current. I wanted to let it get out there a little bit further, so let's just go ahead and try and cast it in there one more time. I don't know if there's any fish right here at the shoreline. Some bass or something like that. So the creek itself, we're not actually allowed to fish yet. That's closed, but the lake is fine. It kind of flows into the lake right there, so we're just gonna fish from this tree on. Tell you what about in that little pool right here? Maybe there's something hanging out right there. No. Oh, there's a chipmunk right there. There's a chipmunk on the tree. Oh, he's jumped from the one log to the other. He's on the tree with us now. He's gonna come get us. Oh, gee, there he comes. He's just kind of look. Oh, he's coming closer. He's coming closer. What is he doing? There he goes. What is he doing? He's just kind of wagging his tail a little bit. I don't know if that's a sign of chipmunk aggression or something. Not sure if we need to be concerned at all. Oh, wow, it's really shallow right here. So, oh, bobber went down, but I think that was just the bottom. Just the bottom, false alarm. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we're just kind of in the middle of the current. And we're gonna try and keep that bobber in the current there and drift it out into the deep. There we go. We're about 50 feet out with that bobber right now. All right, while that bobber is just soaking out there, we might as well test out our new 22 bullet lure. Let's just go ahead and give this guy a cast. Curious because it's not very heavy how far out it'll go. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad for a backhand cast there. Let it sink just a little bit. Oh yeah, it feels good. It's spinning really nice. Oh yeah, no, I've got a good feeling. It's, you know, very similar to the 25 ACP, just a little bit smaller. Now let's make a cast just across this current there. There's got to be fish hanging out in this area right here. Our first catch is some rotten leaves. Oh yeah, good casting distance. Oh yeah, working our way up. We got a big old cattail stem. I'm gonna fish the shoreline just a little bit. See if there's anything here in the shallows. Okay, but we're not going to give up on this river mouth right here. I'm pretty sure this is where it's going to happen, you guys. I mean, if I were a fish, this is where I would be hanging out, is right here. And just kind of cast it over in that pool there. And just kind of jig it a little bit in there. Oh no, we just got stuck. No, we can't lose this one. This is only one of 2 prototypes. Oh man, got to oh my goodness. Lost balance there. All right, we got to bounce out on this log and save it. There we go. Got the lure back. Huh, nothing over by that creek there. That's okay. Maybe we can just try right here. I remember in the summertime or like earlier spring, there's a bunch of bass that just hang out under these trees right here. I don't know if they're already here. Not a bass guy. I don't know anything about bass fishing, you guys. I really need to get better at the whole bass thing, but I wouldn't mind catching one of those either. So maybe we can just throw a bobber right there. Would a bass hit a worm like that? I've never really had good luck with bass fishing with a worm. And not a lot of action here, guys. I for sure thought that if the ice was going to be gone, that the fishing would be good, but maybe it just still needs to warm up here a little bit. I've got another place in mind where we might just head over instead. Not even a nibble, you guys. Not even a nibble. I was for sure thinking we'd see something, but maybe the lake here just still needs a little bit of time to warm up. We're gonna do it. We're gonna head over to the lake. of giants. I think that might be a better call. And the bite should be really good over there right now. Plus we haven't been there in a while, so why don't we head over there and maybe try and catch the freak. All right, so since nothing was biting over at the lake behind the mountain farm, I figured we'd come out here to the lake of giants, and we're gonna see if we get lucky and catch the freak. So the species that we're gonna try and target here in this lake is a Laotian cutthroat trout, or Lahontan. Now the Laotian trout are getting ready to spawn, so basically they're coming from the deeper parts of the lake in here to the shallows. And there's actually a few other fishermen on the other side of the bay here. Everyone's kind of trying their luck to try and catch a monster. But we're gonna get him. We're gonna get the monster. I have a really good feeling. And we still haven't used that bobber rod here. We'd have to throw an artificial fly on there since we're not allowed to use bait here at the lake. I did have to debarb the bullet lure. All right, baby, come on, here we go. There's a little bird singing like a cool song. And we're just gonna let it sink all the way to the bottom. Oh, big one just surfaced. Big one just surfaced right over here. Pretty much within casting distance. Right there. There's still some ripples left over. I think I'm gonna throw you guys on a chesty, and we're gonna try and catch that one. Oh man, I just saw another one surface right over there. A little bit out of casting distance though. This guy here might be close enough for us. Here, how about we're not even gonna let it sink. Let's do a couple of casts, just kind of retrieving right away if they're at the surface. Oh yeah, there's another one just right over there. The sun did just go down, so that might kind of help bring these fish from the deep up to the surface. Definitely out there, there's probably 3 to 5 fish that are actively feeding out there. I can't even talk. But not seeing anything surfacing right here, so maybe we could just try and go down to the bottom with the bullet lure and like do a little bit of jigging down there. There we go, we're at the bottom. Yeah, the jigging sometimes, just kind of jigging the bullet lure up, letting the blade spin a little bit, then let it sink again a little. Get back down to the bottom, continue jigging. That erratic action of the lure can just drive these trout absolutely crazy sometimes. Yeah, we really don't have to be shy with these trout right here. Tell you what, we're gonna head just a little further out. I'm seeing more fish surfacing just out there in the deeper stuff, so let's head over there. Yeah, why don't we try right here? Oh man, just saw another one surface right there. Why are they surfacing everywhere except for right there in front of us? That's okay. Oh, I think we just had a bite. We might have just had a bite right there, right at the bottom. Oh, I think there might be one down there messing with it, you guys, right while jigging it. There might be one there messing with it. Really hard to tell. Maybe I got stuck on the bottom. It felt good though. Let's try that spot there one more time. Oh, what was that? Did a trout nibble on you? All right, we're gonna keep working our way out. I want to get out to that, there's like a cliff out there, a steep rock wall, and I'm thinking it might be even deeper right there. There we go, this is kind of a nice spot. Why don't we try right here for a second? And then we'll just work our way right over to that cliff there. I keep thinking I'm gonna get the bobber rod ready with a fly or something, but I see a fish kind of surface and I just want to cast at it. So we might have to catch something on a fly next time. We're just gonna start off by letting it sink to the bottom and do a couple of jigs. See if we can jig up the freak. I feel like the freak, you know, like all the trout like surfacing, those are probably the little ones. The freak, he's just so big and heavy that he can't actually make it to the surface. So he just kind of lingers around the bottom. So that's who we're trying to catch here today. This is all or nothing. All or nothing, baby. Let's sink again. Oh! Is that a fish? That's a fish on, baby. Oh, might be a little guy. Feels good. Feels good. Oh, that's not a bad trout, you guys. Oh, on the 22. Look at that. Oh, he's a little guy, but you know, he's a good eater size. He's a good eater size. Come here, baby. Come here. Oh, you're in the net. Yes. Look at that. He's a little guy. He's a little guy. That's okay. We're allowed to keep 3 fish in the lake here. 1 over 18 inches. Look at this guy. Put that little guy to sleep right away. Doesn't need to suffer at all. It'll be a perfect little eater-sized trout. Thank you, Justin. Met you at the Sportsman Show. You made me this fish bonker. I've actually received a lot of fish bonkers from you guys. You can see it's no monster. No monster at all, but slurp that 22 right up. So it works. Challenge worked. He's tiny. He's tiny. He's probably, what is he, maybe he's about a 10-incher, maybe 12 inches on a lucky day. Thank you, buddy. Gonna provide a wonderful meal for us, some fish and chips. So since we're gonna keep fishing, we're just gonna put that fish right there and keep them nice and cool. Oh, yes, yes! Oh, man. Oh, that's awesome. So I think we made the right call to come over here so we could catch a monster 10-inch Laotian trout. That's the freak's like great grand baby right there. So now we need to catch great granddaddy. Those Laotians really are cool looking trout. They're a cutthroat. You can see right there by that red marking on their throat. And these guys have just a beautiful silvery color. And when they're bigger and have their spawning colors, they get just absolutely beautiful. All right, let's just see if we can get another one over here. There's gotta be a bigger one that he was hanging out with down there. I just got the smaller of the 2 friends. And that was on the jig. That was all the way down on the bottom. So let's just go ahead and repeat that. Even though we're seeing a few of them surface out there, there definitely seem to be fish down low as well. Man, it's deep here in this spot. It's got to be probably about 50 feet deep here or so, 40, 50 feet. Oh, might have just had a bump there, you guys. Did it sink again? Come on, baby. Come on. Oh, there he is. Right there, monster. Right there. Right there. That's a big one. That's a big one. Let's just get him right in the net. Let's just get him right. Oh, no. There you go. He took off. He took off right there. I thought something was playing with it, and I saw him snap it right there. That's a good trout on. That's a good trout, baby. Oh, I hope he doesn't come off. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Oh my goodness. Here, I need to get out a little line so I can get this pole behind me. Oh, he's in the net. He's in the net. Look, oh, and he popped off. He popped off right away. The bullet lure popped right out of him. That's a beautiful fish, you guys. That is a beautiful, beautiful fish. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a This is a monster trout, you guys. This is a monster. Let's get him away from the water. We're gonna keep this guy here. We gotta see, this one might be close to our 18 inches too. All right, buddy, come here, come here, come here. There we go. Ooh, all right, that guy's out. Look at this beautiful, beautiful Laotian trout. Oh, I'm almost going down in the water. Oh, look at this trout. The colors on this trout are absolutely beautiful. It's more like he's got an overall very yellow hue. You can see a lot of yellow there on the belly, filled with spots. Look at that cutthroat marking right there too. Bright, bright red. All right, let's actually measure this trout right here. I think he might be close to 18 inches. We've got our markings on the net right there. Align the tip of the nose right there from the inside of the net all the way down there. So he is right there, pretty much right at 18. We'll call him an 18 incher or over 18. So we're only allowed to keep one of these. He can go right there with his little friend and they can hang out. Oh man, guys, how cool is that on the 22? That was your guys' idea. Thank you. All right, we are back at the farm. Just came up the mountain a little bit. And I think right here might be a perfect spot to cook up our trout. Now it got super late last night. I fished all the way into the dark and lost actually the 22 prototype that we caught that trout on. Oh no. I should have put that one away. But that's okay, I'll make some more of those guys soon. Right now, I'm just excited to try some pieces of that trout and do a trout fish and chips. That's been something that's been on my mind for quite a while. All right, and here's our beef tallow. This stuff is super, super hard when it's cold, but it's somewhat warmed up, so I'm hoping we could get a little bit of that in our pan right here. Doesn't really smell of anything. Maybe it smells a little bit like milk or something. Oh, it just comes out like a soft butter. Okay, I think our tallow is hot enough, so we're just gonna slice a few slices of this potato in there and hope that it starts kind of sizzling. Oh yeah. There's nothing that beats the sound of a potato sizzling in some oil. We're just gonna go kind of like a medium thickness on the slices. All right, and while those potatoes sizzle, right over there, we've got our trout right here. And I think right here, this is maybe like a nice natural cutting board that we can use. So since we're just taking a fillet off of this trout here, we don't actually need to gut the whole thing. I'm just gonna make a little cut right here and then just pull how about we just pull about that much meat right there, half of a slab of trout meat, and then just little cuts, pull it right off of the bones. Just had to check these potatoes real quick. It might be time to flip them. Oh yeah, look at that. They're turning nice and brown there on the underside. Now in a trout, I would usually never take the skin off because it has so much delicious flavor, but that's only if you can crisp the skin itself. But because it's gonna be under the panko blend that we have there to make the breading, I think we're gonna skin this fish right here. There we go, skin's off. I'm just gonna bring that back to the farm and feed that to the chickens. They'll absolutely love it. And then we're gonna just cut some chunks right there out of that trout. Look at that. There's the bread mix. In goes the trout. Oh yeah, that looks amazing. Now we're just gonna set these fries aside for a second. They're probably done. Don't want to overcook them. Oh man, I can smell the pepper already. Man, guys, it's a beautiful day out here too. It feels nice for a change to have some true spring weather, some sunshine. It's just been, the last couple weeks have been brutal, just rain and wind. And it just feels nice to soak up the sun. Ooh, we actually should probably flip the trout there. Look at that, golden brown, that looks amazing. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The meat on that trout, as you can see, is not as red as the trout that we caught in the last episode. That was like a salmon down in those creeks by the desert compound. And fingers crossed that these windstorms and the rain haven't blown out those creeks. But there's only one way to find out, and that's by heading back to the desert compound, which is where I'll be in the next couple of days. So stay tuned for that episode. Oh man, I just can't wait to get back down there and finally start Camp 2.0. I've got so many ideas of like fun, primitive things I want to build out there with you guys. So I'm not gonna give anything away. That'll be in the next episode. But let's see here. I think this trout is done. I don't want to like overcook it. I think it's golden brown here, really on both sides. Oh yeah, look at that. That color is amazing. Yeah, it's done. And turn that heat off. Throw that fish right on the plate with those potatoes. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper fish and chips if we didn't throw a little bit of salt on there. So we're gonna throw on some Danish sea salt. Just a good sprinkle. Oh man, the flakes are huge. Oh man. Look at that, man. That's some mountain trout fish and chips right there. Cheers. Let's go ahead and just try. Actually, no. Okay, let's do the potatoes first. Potatoes first. They've been waiting longer. Super crispy. Look at that, with a little bit of Danish sea salt on there. You guys, those potatoes get my inner German all excited. Here, before we bite into that trout, I just want to see how it breaks open. Oh, all steamy in the middle. And crunchy on the outside. Wow. Super, super crispy. Who'd have thought that trout would make such a good fish and chips? We're gonna take that super crispy piece of trout and just kind of wrap it in that potato right there. I just noticed that my hiking boots are starting to get a bit of a hole in them, so I might need to get some new ones before mountain season. Just taking a peek over here to see if there's any rattlesnakes starting to come out of hibernation in these rock cracks. Not seen any yet, but I've already seen some other snakes out, so we're gonna have to start watching out for those guys. Man, cheers. One last bite left. This one's for you guys. Thank you for watching all the way to the end here. There's a hawk screeching at us right up there. All right, now that the beef tallow has cooled down a little bit, we can just go ahead and dump that right back in there. We can always just kind of keep straining that again and reusing it for quite a while. Don't need to waste any of that. I'm heading back down to the farm, gonna edit this video, get her uploaded for you guys. That's all I got for you guys in this one here. Anyways, remember, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you all very soon for the next fishing adventure out at the desert compound, Camp 2.0, baby. Till then, you all know it, fish on, baby.